guys, my name is Bec and I'm one of the performance coaches here at Vector Health. Today I wanted to jump on and have a chat to you about something that I'm very passionate about, which is female hormones and how they affect our training. So Bridget's also done a video about our menstrual cycle, what it is and what it should look like. So if that's something you're interested in, make sure you follow the link and jump on over and have a look at that one. So the first 14 days of our cycle are known as the follicular phase. So during this phase, our hormones start at their lowest, which is around your days 1 to 7 where menstruation occurs, that's your bleeding. And then our estrogen levels rise towards day 14, where they peak right before we ovulate. So during the follicular phase, our hormones are at their lowest, which is optimal for achieving peak performance. Due to the lower hormones, we're also at a lower risk of injury due to less laxity through our joints. Now this will change as we do move more towards ovulation as our estrogen levels rise, as there is a link between a higher estrogen level and our joint laxity. During our follicular phase as well, we are more sensitive to insulin from a nutrition perspective, so we are able to utilize carbohydrates more as fuel for our training. So during that follicular phase towards the end, as I said before, our estrogen levels do rise and peak right before ovulation. So as I said, we do need to be more aware of that increased laxity at our joints and our injury risk. So the way we look at our programming here and the way we look at our exercise, we do have to be mindful of our intensity, as we will have higher energy levels and we will want to push it a little bit more, but we may need to pull it back just that little bit. So the second half of our cycle, so typically your days 14 through to about 28, is known as our luteal phase. So during this phase, our hormone levels are higher, our progesterone levels do come up, and our energy levels are a little bit more variable, a little bit more up and down during this phase as well. So due to our increased level of progesterone, our body temperature increases slightly as well, which leads to increased appetite. So we get about 8 to 16% of increased energy used by our body, and our immune system response can also be a little bit lower. Second half of this phase is also where you'll start to get those mood change symptoms and PMS as well. So we need to be a little bit more mindful of that when we're considering how our athletes are going. During this second half as well, our ability to perform and recover does tend to be decreased. So we also need to take that into consideration when we are working with our athletes or we're thinking about our own training as well. One more thing to consider during this phase is that due to the increased levels of progesterone, we are more resistant to insulin. So this means that we are taking less of our energy from carbohydrates for our sessions and we are relying more on fats to fuel us throughout the day. So just something else to take into consideration there. So that's all from me today. I hope you got something out of this video, and if you've got any questions, don't hesitate to shoot them through to us and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. Thanks.